Welcome to your daily English dose. Today we're doing something really interesting. We're diving deep into the success blueprint of, well, a global icon. Baseball superstar Shohei Ohtani. When people watch Ohtani, they see this incredible natural talent, amazing athletic skill, all the broken records, and it's easy to just say, wow, he's talented. But what we found looking into it is something much deeper. It seems he didn't just stumble into success. He actually kind of designed it. Like he had a plan, a real blueprint, way before he became this huge global name.
That's exactly it. It wasn't just luck or raw talent. And for you, our listeners, our goal today is to really unpack the key ideas, the philosophies, the methods that took him from, a high school hopeful to a two-time unanimous MVP. We want you to grasp these principles because honestly, you can apply them to your own goals. Maybe it's finally getting fluent in English or maybe reaching a goal at work. These ideas are powerful.
Okay, sounds great. Let's start at the beginning then, the foundation. Where did it all start? I read his family was pretty athletic.
Oh yeah, definitely. He grew up in a very sports-focused household.
Yeah.
His dad played amateur baseball. And his mom was actually a really competitive badminton player. She even competed at a national level in Japan.
Badminton. That's interesting. Is there any connection there to baseball?
Well, it's possible. Some people think there might be. The quick, powerful rotation you need for a good badminton smash. It's not that different from the mechanics of a powerful baseball swing. So maybe those skills sort of complemented each other in the family. Hard to say for sure, but it's an interesting thought.
Okay, so he had the athletic background, but you mentioned structure planning. When did that start?
Really early on. And this is where it gets fascinating. It wasn't just about playing. It was about analyzing. His father helped him start and keep something they called a baseball notebook.
A baseball notebook, like a diary.
Not quite just a diary. Think of it more as a tool for structured self-analysis, like a feedback loop built into his life, starting back in elementary school. In this notebook, he'd write down what went well, his successes, but also his failures.
Right.
And the key part is he didn't just list them. He had to analyze why. What caused the success? What caused the failure?
I see. So if he hit a home run, he'd think, okay, what made that swing work?
Exactly. Or if he struck out, what was wrong? Timing, approach. And then, crucially, define the next steps. What do I need to do next to improve?
Wow, that's intense for a kid, learning to look at yourself objectively like a scientist with data.
It really is. And it hammers home this point. Success, the way Ohtani seems to view it, isn't just about having a gift. It needs a system, a structure, a way of thinking for constant improvement. It's relevant for learning English too, right?
Yeah.
You need a way to look at your mistakes, figure out why, and plan how to fix them, not just hope you get better.
That makes so much sense. Okay, so the notebook was the daily detailed tracking, but what about the big picture, the long-term goal? That must lead us to the famous chart, right? The Mandara Chart.
Exactly. The Mandara Chart, or sometimes called the Goal Achievement Sheet. That's the master blueprint he made in high school.
And right in the middle, the main goal, big and bold. So what was it again?
Draft pick 1, 8 teams.
Draft pick 1, 8 teams, meaning he wanted to be the first choice for 8 different professional Japanese teams. That's ambitious for a high school.
Extremely ambitious, but that was his compass. Everything he did in high school pointed towards that central goal.
Okay, so how did he break that huge goal down?
Around that central goal, he identified 8 key areas or pillars that he needed to master. And this is what makes the chart so interesting. These pillars weren't just baseball skills like, control or throwing speed 160 kilometers.
Right, I remember seeing it. There were technical things, sure. Control, sharpness, speed, breaking ball, bodybuilding for physical strength. But then there were these other things, mental, humanity, and the one everyone talks about, luck.
Luck. As a skill pillar, that's the part that blows people's minds.
Yeah, how do you practice luck? You can't just drill that like batting practice.
Well, this is the genius of his system. He treated these abstract ideas, luck, humanity, mental strength, as things he could actually work on, things he could achieve.
So how did he achieve luck? What did that look like day to day?
He broke down each of those 8 pillars into 8 more specific actionable tasks. So 8 pillars times 8 tasks, 64 actions in total.
64 actions. Wow. Okay. Give me examples for luck. What were the actions?
They were surprisingly simple, humble things, actually. Things like picking up trash around the field or school.
Picking up trash to get lucky.
Yeah. Also cleaning his room, saying hello properly to people, thinking positive thoughts.
Okay, wait. So picking up trash, being polite. How does that connect to luck in baseball? Is it like good karma?
You could maybe see it that way. But I think it's deeper. He seemed to believe that by doing these small, positive, disciplined actions consistently, by showing respect for his environment, for others, for himself, he was creating the conditions for good things to happen, maybe attracting good fortune, or maybe just building an incredibly disciplined mindset.
So it's maybe less about magic and more about control, like controlling the things you can control, even tiny things like tidiness, builds a feeling of preparedness and maybe even deservingness.
Exactly. It builds this powerful habit of discipline and a sense of control. When you step onto the field knowing you've done everything right, down to the small stuff, that gives you immense confidence. It's a psychological edge. You feel like you've earned any good break you get.
That makes a lot more sense than just superstition. Okay, so he's got the notebook for daily analysis, the Mandara chart for the big plan. Now, putting it into action. After high school, he didn't go straight to the U.S., did he? Even though he wanted to.
Right. He initially expressed a strong desire to go directly to Major League Baseball. But a Japanese team, the Hokkaido Nipponham Fighters, and specifically their manager, Hideki Kuriyama, convinced him otherwise. They presented him with this really detailed plan, a roadmap to the dream, they called it.
A roadmap for what exactly?
A roadmap showing how he could succeed as a two-way player first in Japan. That means being both a top-level pitcher and a top-level hitter.
Which is incredibly rare, right? Almost nobody does that anymore.
Almost unheard of at the highest levels. Yeah. It requires completely different skill sets, training regimens. It's physically demanding. Most teams make players choose very early on.
But the fighters thought he could do it.
They believed in him and showed him a path, and, well, he proved them right almost immediately.
Okay, tell me about his time in Japan's league, the MPB.
Well, in 2014, just his second season, he became the first player in MPB history to achieve double digits in both pitching wins and home runs in the same season.
10 wins and 10 home runs? Wow, proof of concept right there.
Absolutely. It showed the two-way dream wasn't just a dream. And he kept getting better. In 2016, he had a legendary year. He won the Pacific League MVP award.
And didn't he also set a speed record that year?
He did. Threw the fastest pitch ever recorded in MPB history at that time, 165 kilometers per hour. That's over 102 miles per hour. Just incredible power.
So he basically conquered the Japanese league as a two-way player. Next stop, America.
Exactly. He signed with the Los Angeles Angels and made the jump to MLB.
And the impact was immediate again, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah. He won the American League Rookie of the Year award in 2018, despite some injury issues.
And then came 2021, the year everyone really took notice globally.
2021 was historic. He became the first player ever chosen for the All-Star game as both a pitcher and a hitter. Nobody had ever done that.
And he won the MVP award that year?
Yes, the American League MVP. And significantly, he won it unanimously. Every single first-place vote went to him.
Unanimous. That's rare.
Very rare. But then he did it again in 2023. Another unanimous MVP win. He's the only player in Major League Baseball history to win unanimous MVP twice. It's just mind-boggling dominance.
Okay, so after that incredible run with the Angels, he became a free agent and signed that huge contract with the Los Angeles Dodgers. The numbers are staggering.
Yeah, the biggest contract in professional sports history. 10 years, $700 million.
$700 million. It's hard to even imagine, but there's a twist in that contract, right? Something unusual about the payments.
A massive twist. And this ties directly back to his philosophy, back to that Mandara chart. Ohtani himself requested a structure where almost all of the money, about $680 million out of the $700 million, is deferred.
Deferred, meaning he doesn't get paid most of it now.
Exactly. He gets paid a relatively small salary during the 10 years he's playing. The vast majority, the $680 million, will be paid out after the contract ends, from 2034 to 2043.
Wow. Okay, why? Why would someone earning $700 million agree to wait 10 years for almost all of it? That's nearly $70 million a year he's not taking right now.
His reasoning, according to reports, was all about the team. By deferring his own massive salary, he gives the Dodgers much more financial flexibility now.
Flexibility to do what?
To spend money on other top players, to build the best possible team around him so they can win championships.
So he's sacrificing immediate personal gain for the potential of greater team success.
Precisely. It reflects that humanity pillar, that team-first thinking we saw in his high school plan. His goal isn't just to be the highest-paid player, it's to win. And he structured his own historic contract to help achieve that.
That's actually incredible. It shows his values aren't just words on a chart. They genuinely guide his biggest decisions.
It's a remarkable example of living your philosophy.
Okay, so that's the big picture stuff. But to perform at that level, day in, day out, requires insane discipline. Let's talk about his habits, the daily grind.
Yeah, you don't become Ohtani without meticulous, strict habits, especially around his body, which, remember, was one of his core pillars, bodybuilding. He works with a dedicated nutritionist, very careful about his diet.
I heard he's not big on sweets.
Reportedly very rare, and there's that famous story about tonkatsu, the Japanese fried pork cutlet.
Oh, yeah. What about it?
He's apparently been known to actually remove the crispy fried breading from the pork before eating it.
No way. He takes off the best part.
Well, the part with the extra fat and carbs. He wants the protein without compromising his fitness. It shows incredible attention to detail, really living that bodybuilding goal down to the smallest choice.
That is serious dedication. What about other habits? Sleep seems important to him.
Hugely important. He apparently calls sleep his hobby.
His hobby. Seriously.
That's the quote. He prioritizes getting 10 or more hours of sleep every single night, plus naps during the day. He sees recovery not just as rest, but as a crucial part of his training process.
So training isn't just lifting weights or throwing pitches, it's also sleeping.
For him, absolutely. Smart training includes smart recovery. Rest is work, in his view. Essential work.
Okay, nutrition, sleep. What about his mindset? We talked about the mental pillar. How does that show up?
It seems to be all about a growth mindset. He constantly talks about embracing challenges. He emphasizes the value of the challenge itself, almost more than the immediate win or loss. It's about the process of pushing himself and getting better.
That sounds like focusing on the journey, not just the destination.
Pretty much. And we saw this applied really clearly in that moment, before the World Baseball Classic final against Team USA. Remember that speech he gave to his Japanese teammates?
Oh, yeah, that was famous. What did he say again?
He basically told them, let's stop admiring them. He saw his teammates looking at the star-studded U.S. team with maybe too much awe, too much respect.
Right, like they were fans, not opponents.
Exactly. And he said, if you admire them, you can't surpass them. Just for today, let's stop admiring them and focus only on winning. It was about shifting their mindset, managing that mental aspect right before the biggest game.
Powerful stuff. Taking control of the mental game. You know, thinking about all this, the planning, the discipline, the mindset, it really reframes the idea of talent.
It does. And Ohtani himself seems to agree. Apparently, when someone asked him directly to define his own talent, his greatest gift.
Yeah. What did he say? His arm, his hitting.
Nope. He said his only real talent is the ability to love baseball and work hard at it.
Wow. So passion and work ethic, that's what he sees as his talent.
It's the perfect summary, isn't it? His whole story shows that a clear plan, like that Mandara chart, combined with relentless discipline in your habits, and a strong personal philosophy like treating luck as action, putting the team first, it's all arguably more powerful than just raw talent alone. He didn't just wait for success. He meticulously designed the path to get there.
It's such a powerful model. And the amazing thing is the core ideas are something anyone can apply, right? Even us learning English.
Absolutely. Think about that luck pillar again. Ohtani took something abstract, something seemingly out of his control, and broke it down into concrete actions. Cleaning, positive thinking, being polite. So the challenge for you, the listener, is this. What's one abstract quality you want more of in your life?
Maybe it's focus for your English studies, or patience when things get tough, or maybe just better health.
Right. Pick one. And then try the Mandara chart idea. Can you break that quality down into, say, 8 simple, specific actions you can do every day?
Like, for focus, maybe one action is put phone away during study time. Another is study for 25 minutes, then 5-minute break. Simple, concrete things.
Exactly. Find your focus, define your actions, build your own little blueprint. Start small, be consistent. Remember Ohtani's mindset. The value is in the challenge, in the process of working at it.
That's a great takeaway. Design your own success. Well, thank you for breaking all that down. It's really inspiring stuff.
It really is a fascinating look at how goals can be achieved.
Thanks, everyone, for tuning in and diving deep with us today. We hope you enjoyed this look at Shohei Ohtani's blueprint. We'll see you next time for your daily English dose.